Yes.
Give it to him, Notion, before I do this. Give it to him.
Hey, man, let's get it, man. Let's talk about this dull free agency reaction, bro. Let's, man, run the intro,
Dull.
bro. Run the intro, man.
Dull.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, y'all. Excuse Notion Gang because he said dull. But welcome to Broad Street. Welcome to episode 80. Yeah, welcome to episode 80 of the Birds of Broad Street. Your boy, Mr. Miss Cool Cat Kind YouTube represents the birds, don't know how to respond to that. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk to my four co-hosts. Co-host number one from from the Philly to the ATL, the hardest working woman in sports, Simone with the Speedors. What's up, sis?
What's up, bud? Cool
Yeah,
cat. We got to update that intro with some ops in the intro.
exactly. Well,
We gotta get updated.
okay. Well, okay. Okay. Speaking of updated, I got something else because next week we're going to be talking about the draft. So if you want updated,
Okay. Hit him with it.
yeah,
Hit him with it.
Okay.
yeah. Well, I'll see what I can do with the original one, but that's the draft intro we're using next week because we're focusing on the draft once we get rid of free agency talk. So y'all want it updated? You're welcome. But I got you guys. Speaking of got you guys, the hardest working man in America, BG31 at work.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Simone's like, just call me the Queen of Eagles Nation. You know what I'm saying? The Queen of Eagles Nation. That's what Simone the Spizzords is, right?
Let him know. Let him know.
There you go. From Philly to A-Town, from Philly to A-Town. And ladies, Trigger in the building.
There we go.
One Trigger Trey Rock.
Hey,
Let's go, man.
I appreciate y'all holding it down last time, too.
Yes, man.
No problem, sis. Hey, we miss you, but we got you here. So let's do it how we do it. Notion Game start us off. Warming up.
Yeah, warm it up though. You know what time it is. You know you want. We know you rocking with. It's your boy Philly Notion, Birds of Broad Street. Y'all already know free agency edition. Let's check the 4K on them because y'all know. Hey, listen, new year, new season, Y'all know how we bringing it. Lambo's up, check ring, check. Y'all know what we coming for. Listen, if y'all new to any other channels, any other rides, y'all know what to do. Go on, hit that subscribe.
Subscribe.
Because y'all know how we rocking. Yeah, I said it, sis. Yeah, I said it, gang. The free agency, in my opinion, has been kind of dull. I ain't been. Hey, listen. And y'all, we gonna talk about it. We gonna have some fun. I know we made some moves. We had to do some things, but I'm telling you right now, I ain't been jumping. I ain't been doing no kind of jumping up and down on none of these signings. But we gonna have some fun. I'm ready to talk about it, gang. Let's get it.
Yeah, well, Notre Gang gonna start off with how we feeling because this is the free agency reaction. So go ahead, Notre, speak your mind.
I mean, let's go and keep it a bean. I mean, we know this team made moves. I've seen some good moves. I've seen some bad moves, and I've seen some ugly moves. I haven't seen any great moves. Nothing that I can sit here and say. I'm gonna tell you right now, the feelings that we had last year during the free agency period, the team that we built last year, the energy is different this year. I'm gonna tell you right now, we've created more holes, in my opinion, than we needed to. I mean, again, we had some good signings. I'm sure we're going to talk about the Bradbury, solidifying the corners. I like those moves. Of course, the bad moves. Listen, I don't really like what we did with the running back position. We're going to talk about some of that soon, too. And then the ugly, how do we fumble the bag with Gardner Chauncey? So, Chauncey Gardner. So, again, I saw some moves that are either good, bad, or ugly. I ain't seen no great moves, but y'all can go ahead and tell me about how exciting free agency period must be for y'all, because I ain't buying it, gang. Okay, but y'all need to let me know. Hey,
go ahead, Mom.
Notion.
Welcome me, sis.
You talking about last season, okay? Do you realize we didn't get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson till 10 days before the season started? We didn't get Bradbury until way after the draft. We got A.J. Brown on draft night. It's still March, baby. The league just opened up last week. We still make moves. It's not over with. And plus, we can't compare it to last season. Last season, we were pretty much starting from scratch. Think about what we're returning from last season. Last season, we acquired A.J. Brown. We were doing backflips, right? He's still here. Last season, we acquired James Bradbury. We was kind of doing backflips, but we didn't know he was going to ball out like he did, right? But this season, we've been praising the Bradbury signing. He's back. The reason why last season was so exciting is because we was barely making the playoffs team, and we needed a lot of moves to get to where we are. We had to move a lot of needles. This offseason about plugging holes, not making monumental shifts. Last season, we had to make monumental shifts. That's why it was move after move after move. Before the draft, we got Hassan and Kaiser White last season. We wasn't doing backflips. I mean, we was flipping over Hassan, but that was just one move at this point last season.
So, I mean, I hear that, sis, but you brought up something last time we was talking about this whole continuity thing, right? And I know, again, we've created more holes. We were sitting here having an argument last week about whether we was going to sign TJ Edwards, was it our linebacker group. We've created a tremendous hole with the linebackers now. I'm just saying, I'm not seeing nothing that I'm jumping up and down for. We've got more holes at positions. We got a hole at the safety group. Linebackers is looking janky. Again, I get it's early in free agency, and I trust Howie Roseman to go ahead and make some rebounds. We still got to draft and do a whole bunch of other things. But at this point right now, yeah, y'all can't sit here and tell me there's no moves that we've made that's been exciting to this point that we need to celebrate. We've been losing more players, creating more holes again than we've been, I guess, making this team better. So we got a new defensive, I guess, coach or defensive coordinator this year. It ain't looking good starting at this point right now from what I'm seeing. But a lot of good depth signing. I hear everybody talking about the depth and, this person going to step up. Yeah, we going to have to see it this year.
I think we're good now.
Go ahead, BG.
I think Notion is going a little overboard. You got to look at a lot of these pieces that we lost. A lot of these pieces that we lost, already had players waiting in the wings. Everybody loved when we got Jordan Davis last year, but now everybody's trying to pump in their brakes. Can he be resistant? Well, it's time to find out. Can he handle it? Because we used the first round pick. It's time to put him on that football field. So the Hargrave signing, there it is right there. You're expecting the guy, Jordan Davis, that you drafted in the first round to supplement some of that. You brought back Fletcher Costa to be side by side with him, to keep mentoring this young buck to keep his game elevating to that next level. And Fletch probably more the sack guy. His first year, he's probably going Jordan Davis probably more the, taking the double teams up, the triple teams up while everybody else do the dirty work. You look at linebacker, you say, it's time for Nakobe Dean to come out here and do his damn thing. Everybody was big on Nakobe Dean. It was such a draft steal. Oh, we got him in the third round. Oh, he's going to be a beast. And now that it's his time to shine, everybody's like, we ain't got no linebackers. So you can't go both ways with it. I think Nakobe Dean's about to be a beast this year. He's about to ball out, and he's going to be that linebacker that we needed. I would like to add a veteran guy with him, but at the same time, what I'm saying, do what you got to do, Howie. I'm not worried about it. Like Moan said, it's the beginning of free agency. We still got the draft, second free agency, plenty of time to keep adding to this roster. The CJG thing, I think he dropped his own bag. It wasn't our fault. We offered him a contract. He thought he could get more. He didn't get more. We didn't have the money no more. That's your fault, my guy. That's your bad. Not our bad. How he did his thing. What I'm saying? He went to go get him back. First day of trading, before we even signed Bradbury, before we restructured Slay. But ain't nobody gonna wait for nobody. This is NFL. We got a team to build. That's how he did what he had to do. He restructured Slay. We still got the best cornerback duo in the league. Trio, if you want to add Maddox, because Maddox one of the best, nickel corners in the game. Then we go get Greedy Williams. I was telling everybody on my last podcast, my last live, he could be the cheap replacement that no one even seen. A young buck like Greedy Williams, you know what I'm saying? All these great cornerbacks from Malcolm Jenkins to Charlie Gardner-Johnson, these were all cornerbacks turned safety. What makes you think that we can't do that? Either drop Maddox back there because he's played safety at a high level for us before, or Greedy Williams, put him at safety to replace the whole Charlie Gardner-Johnson move. Because when you got a trio like that, your safety spot don't have to be that great. I think Blankenship earned some playing time this year. Kayvon lit it up towards the end of the season last year, so we don't even know. We don't even know who we're going to add. But what I'm saying is that how he did his thing so far. I like the people he brought back. Say a model left. Who cares? We have Jurgensen to replace him. I think that might be an upgrade on our offensive line. He might even be better than Sam Model. Straight up.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at everybody's facial reaction.
So,
Trey.
I need that sound bite for BG. I'm sorry, buddy. That was your bag, not our bag.
Right?
Trey.
Hey, talk to him, Trey.
I'm just saying, soaking it in, man. It's like rare territory to see Notion panicking. I love it. I love it, bro. Like, listen.
Is this the return of Philly Potion? Philly Potion?
Everybody that left, for the most part, we knew they was going to leave after this season. So it's like, it's really no panic to it. It's just, it's early in the off season. Last year we was kind of panicking. Mind you, AJ Brown went here. Hassan Reddick wasn't here. Like Mo said, we picked up all these dudes later in the off season. We was panicking for the most part, but how we always made it work. And with the CJ Johnson thing, man, is unfortunate because it's a betting on yourself type thing, and you lose. You get me? Because CJ was the first. From what I'm hearing,
hold on, Trey. Let's talk about it. That's we're talking about it. Let's talk about it. So yeah, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is going to the Detroit Lions. There's a bunch of news in this. I don't know what. First, this right here was from Jeff McClain saying that the Eagles made a multi-year offer and he declined and he was looking for more. Someone else had something. No, that ain't it. Someone else had something. I'm told Ruben Frank said the same thing. Williams said the same thing. Gunner said the same thing. And his agent dropped the mic for some reason. So go ahead, Trey. I want to just talk about that.
All right, so I don't feel like nobody wrong in this situation. You get me? He hitting the free agent market. Gardner-Johnson got every right to go test the free agent market. Howie Roseman got every right to decline the deal after he ain't signed the contract. So I don't feel like nobody wrong in this situation, and I mean, I wish dude the best in Detroit. Kind of went through the same thing with the Saints. It was like they came to the table with the offer. He ain't like it. Touched the free agent market. He didn't get what he was looking for. It's a growing theme with this dude, man. He's cocky, little ego. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. Whole time you only played 12 games for us?
Yeah.
So it's like the contract they was willing to give you, it was a good contract, but it maybe probably wasn't good. I would blame his agent, for real, for real. I'm blaming his agent because you could have had what, 18 mil? Now you make it 6.5, and you're gonna have to look for another contract next year. I mean, the dude only played 12 games for us. I'm a big Gardner Johnson fan, but it's a business at the end of the day. You're not gonna resign? Howie Roseman on some like, all right, well, we putting this here for you. Now we go get Bradbury. We go re-sign Slay. It ain't no more money for you. That's on you, bro. That's on you. Like we had the contract there. You ain't want to sign it. You test the free agent market. It ain't look how you thought it was gonna look. Nobody wrong in this situation. We part ways. We go ahead. It is what it is. T.J. Edwards. I mean, he went to go find the money. I would too. Howie Roseman probably tried lowball him, which he should have did because he played good, but he didn't play good enough to get the contract he got that Chicago gave him. So, I mean, that's, like I said, it's a business at the end of the day. Nobody was wrong in that situation. What's the Hargraves?
Hold on. Before we get to everybody else, Trey, let's get to Simone's reaction to CJ before we get to everybody else who left. So go ahead, Mo.
Once I saw that Bradbury came back, I never thought we could bring back Hargrave, CJ, and Bradbury money-wise. So once Bradbury came back, I thought it was a long shot then that we were re-signing CJ, especially since right after the Super Bowl, it was reported that the Eagles were trying to work on a deal with CJ, right? It's been a month since then. If it's taking so darn long, the longer it was taking, the more it was looking like we wasn't re-signing him, especially when all the other safeties started going off the board. So at this point, I wasn't surprised. Now, if you told me this 3 weeks ago, I would have been surprised, but I wasn't surprised because it was taking so long. That ain't no good news when something's taking so long. And then we pulled the trigger on all the other signings. CJ, I can understand CJ wanting to get his bag. I mean, everybody want their bag, right? Like BG said, that's your bag, not my bag.
Right.
But I can understand the teams, what they were being faced with. One, he did not play the whole season. Two, he was playing behind the number one defensive line. He had his best numbers behind the number one defensive line, playing with a top cornerback trio. Was it a test? I can see teams wondering, was it the team? Was it the system? Or was it CJ? This was his first time playing back at safety. Maybe they want to see, can he do it again? So I can definitely understand the hesitation. What I don't get is A.J. Brown talking about some Eagles fans show switch up quick. First of all, should everybody be going after him, going at the way that Twitter has been going at CJ? They've been taking it too far.
I feel like it's corny, Mom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But
corny.
Last night, like today, I'm seeing them going way too far. At the point when AJ tweeted it, it was not as bad. But not him talking about y'all. I took a little personal offense to that. I didn't say nothing about CJ personally. But some of these players got us messed up. Did we say anything about Hargrave? No. Did we say anything about Isaac? No. We love and always rooted for Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy. Zach Ertz left. I still root for Zach Ertz. Still love Zach Ertz. I saw how much pain it was, Zach having to leave Philly and go to what he thought was a contender at the time. We always be going on and on about how much we love Doug Peterson, what Dougie P did. We always root for Andy Reid. CJ came for a minute. We didn't have time to fall in love with CJ. So I don't understand why he talking about we switched up. One thing about us, we loyal to the soil, okay? When it comes to the team, not players. So I didn't like that. Because there was no switching up.
That's kind of our fault though, because that's what we do as Eagle fans. We hype these players up, right? Like we put Gardner, we put this man on gas like he was the best defensive player on the team, leading interception player in the background. So again, we hype this player up to where, yes, of course they're gonna talk reckless once they leave us and they get a bag somewhere else. Again, I'm not opposed to, I guess, Chauncey Gardner getting his money and all of that. Again, the Twitter back and forth, all of that stuff, that's going to come with the territory. But again, and this is where I feel like I honestly need to defend myself, because I hear Trey over here talking about, notions in his feelings, Bird Gang, talking about some, trying to create project safeties from Greedy Williams. Bro, listen. This whole team, the way it's constructed right now, again, I think that the window, we saw the window. We opened it in the Super Bowl. Right now, the moves that we're making, again, to this point, have been depth signing pieces. Yes, they're good signings. Howie Roseman's done what he needs to do as far as getting us, fill in pieces. But can somebody tell me right now, what is the most exciting signing that we've had?
Oh my goodness. Philly Notion. Don't try to downplay James Bradberry like we wasn't.
Okay, that is it. That is it.
Live stream weeks ago talking about
Kelsey,
Bradberry, keep it slave.
Fletcher Cox coming back.
Bring Brad back, but we're not gonna be able to afford Brad. We're not gonna be able to afford Brad, and now we downplay it. I did a backflip when I saw James move. Don't play Notion.
I get we needed to sign James Bradberry. We talked about this. We can't develop corners here. Again, I'm glad we signed Slay. We can't develop corners here. But y'all really up here thinking Greedy Williams tipped the needle on our defensive backfield? Like, what are we doing at the safety position? What signings have we made?
A nice young DB that went in health.
All right, Trey want to say that. Hold on, BG, because this is good. This is good. Hold on. First note, Trey, then Simone, BG, you can say something after. This is good. Go ahead, Trey.
All right, so y'all remember Avonte Maddox's rookie year? What happened? We lost his safety, right? Avonte Maddox stepped in, played safety. That could be a long-term thing. To be honest, I feel like Maddox could play anywhere except for outside corner. To be honest, like once he's on the edge, I don't really like it, but I feel like Maddox could play that safety position. Greedy can step in at that nickel, for real. Now you got what? We got 3 corners that's over 6 foot that can run.
Yeah,
bro, that could be a nice combination.
Are you concerned about his size though?
I mean, his rookie year when he played safety, that was his only healthy year, for real.
And he played good.
Yeah,
he played great.
And Epps is small, right? Epps is small. I want you to say CJ's not that big of a guy.
Avonte Maddox, when he on the field, he gonna tackle. He gonna play the run good. He can cover. I would try him at safety. For real,
my thing again is we had a project in house. We just converted, Chauncey Gardner to a safety.
Project in house.
Chauncey played safety. He played part-time safety for the Saints, so we ain't really converting. He played the position already. Avonte Maddox played the position.
We had to start our talent in house. We fumbled the bag, in my opinion. I blame it on the agent, blame it on whatever the offer was, but we had that in house. And now we're sitting here really expecting and hoping that Maddox can somehow fill this role. Greedy Williams. Like, I'm just saying right now, being real, I can't sit here and say that we have a hole at the safety position that we need to fill. I don't know if y'all agree with that.
We got a hole at the safety position, right? But we stacked that cornerback.
That's what I'm saying.
We stacked that cornerback. If you can cover, you can find a safety. If you can cover outside the outside and the slot position, you can find a safety, bro. We found Blankenship last year.
And look how he came out. Every Blankenship.
You can find a shape. You can find a safety.
And think about this notion. I'm gonna ease your pain because I get it. I can see the look on your face. I can see Notion's face. Ease your pain, brother, because I can help you out. The safety from the Tennessee Titans that want to get out. If the Eagles can make a move on that, that ease your pain?
For sure.
Will that ease your pain?
For sure. Again, any kind of help, I think the draft is going to be a focus. Again, I'm not sitting here saying you don't win championships or, you don't just the early start of free agency. I get that. It's all expected. All teams are going through it. We all losing players. We all losing, people that we wanted on this team. But again, just right now, I know Howie's not done. He cannot be done with these moves that we've seen so far. But to sit here and say that I'm happy, yes, I'm glad we signed James Bradbury. We needed to. I'm glad that we re-signed Darius Slay. We needed to. But some of the other stuff, again, letting the talent safety that we had in house, I think that really hurt us. This whole Rashad Penny at running back, again, I'm hoping that we're not done. I'm really hoping this is the scream that we getting Bijan Robinson at 10. Yes, yeah. I said it. Yeah, the priorities changed.
Yeah, the priority changed. Now, okay, I'm fine with getting Bijan now that we got Brad, we got Slade, we got Avonte, 3 starting corners returning. We know we got an Ed Reed Blankenship. He's at least a starter. We can see what we want to do if we want to move Avonte Maddox, put Greedy in the slot, or if we make another move at safety. I'm fine with, oh my gosh, y'all, they just reported that Bijan Robinson is currently in Philadelphia. It could be a pre-draft visit with the Eagles.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Do that thing. We don't need to play around with Bijan forever. That's a move.
Reaction.
That's gonna get you out your seat. All this other stuff, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. That's all I'm saying. Is the energy is different right now. We're losing a bunch of players, but let us mess around and get Bijan Robinson to help come fill this backfield. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Yeah, y'all gonna see some different energy. All right.
But look, now that we've made all these moves on D, I know I was saying no Bijan. That's when I was thinking no Bradbury. That's when I was thinking no Bradbury, no CJ. But now that we've got Brad, we got the whole starting. Now that we don't have to use that top pick on a corner, is basically what I'm saying. We can be flexible with that number 10 pick or even trade up. Like having Brad and Slay and Avonte back, we can be so flexible with our first round picks. We're not hard pressed to get the best safety available, get Christian Gonzalez, trade up for Devin Witherspoon. Like we can do whatever the heck we want at 10.
Once Booby left, it was Bijan was the pick already.
Yes, sir.
As soon as Booby left, you should have been like, Bijan Robinson's that pick at 10 or move back to 13, whatever you need to do to draft them. Dude, that should have been part of your first round priorities, him or Gibbs, for sure.
What's up, Trey? I see you, bro. He like, hold up. Go ahead, bro.
I'm shocked. Lord have mercy. Y'all got a reaction to the Bijan news? Trey, anything? Because I'm losing my Bijan, man. We can get Bijan now. If Howie Roseman can trade that 30th pick, move it up so nobody else can get. Because if we know this, don't think all the 31 other team knows this. So we got some work to do when it comes to Bijan Robinson. Howie Roseman better be watching the show to trade up to get that. So, what's your response on Bijan before we talk about the rest of free agencies? Trey?
I feel like it's okay. I mean, I'm not as pumped as y'all is. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Coming into this draft, right? I still got my mind set on flooding this defense. It don't matter who we brought back. It don't matter. I mean, we still like Lucius said, we still kind of weak at the linebacker position. Who we gonna have at the linebacker position? Nakobe Dean and Sean Bradley. Dude been on the team for what, 3, almost 4-ish years, and he still can't even touch the field. Safety, we gotta kind of fill the safety position. I love Avonte Maddox at safety, but we gotta get a safety. Bijan is a luxury pick. We still got needs. That we gotta kind of fill. Bijan would be a luxury pick to me. So I'm not that pumped about it. If we get him out, I'll love it if we get him, but I feel like we need to kind of lean into another direction. And even bringing a cornerback, because even bringing in a Christian Gonzalez Witherspoon, one of them dudes, because Slade is older. He's an older dude in the NFL. I mean, injuries happen. He got hurt a couple times this year.
He's talking to him, Cole. Don't be jealous because he's talking to us first. Don't be jealous. We was going to talk about it next week, but Moan reported it. and it's on Twitter, so we're talking about it. Salute to Sis, by the way. So go ahead, Trey. Finish up.
All right, I love Avonte Maddox, but dude been injury prone his whole career. I mean, so if we is gonna convert him to safety, that's more hits, that's more chances for him to get injured. So I mean, I still wouldn't lean away from taking a Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, one of those dudes. I still wouldn't lean away from it. Now, if we do take Bijan, I'm fine with it. Like I wouldn't be like mad, like I wouldn't be upset. But I feel like we should really focus on a different position at that 10 pick. If he falls to like close to that 30 range, we go up and get him. I'm fine with that. But I feel like we should focus more. Even pass rush. Look at our pass rush situation right now. Behind Hassan Reddick and BG and Sweat, who you got? Derek Barnett. All right, okay. Derek Barnett. Nobody really loves him in Philly. I'm a big Derek Barnett fan, but he coming off a major injury. We can still go pass rush there. We can still go linebacker there. We still can go secondary there.
Oh,
our offense is set for the most part. Rashad Penny, you can find a running back later in the draft that can give you kind of that Miles Sanders production. I mean, he's younger. He's probably a little bit more durable. You can find that later on in the draft, but I feel like we should kind of lean a little bit in a different direction. But like I said, if we get him, I'm fine with it.
Yep,
Yeah,
Mo.
I agree. The linebacker position, we talking about safety. We got linebacker is really more of a priority right now than safety. And what are we going to do at linebacker? Because when I'm just looking at this draft, it's a lot of defensive back talent in this draft, like depth, like defensive back and defensive line talent is heavy in this draft. But I'm not seeing a lot of linebacker talent. Like, so I'm just like, is there starter ready line? Like, we know there's starter ready talent in the trenches, starter ready talent in the secondary in this draft. Is there any starter ready linebackers? I don't know, and I don't think so. And then also the fact that we haven't even heard from Sean Desai. At least I haven't. Like, he ain't do no press conference or nothing. Like, we don't know anything about Buddy. Like, I haven't seen any press conferences. Would he be talking about like what he's looking for, what he want to bring to the team, his identity? You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard anything from Sean Desai. I heard from Rashad Penny, a lot from Penny. But appreciate you, Jersey boy. Good free agency so far. Still need a linebacker and safety. We're gonna be all right. We'll get it done. Period. But yeah, sure. the Bijan is distracting. He's distracting. Bijan is a distraction. Okay, we gotta keep building. Like we said, we still got a big hole in the trenches. We still got a big hole with Javon. Fletcher is old. We do need that rotation. That had us so good last season. We had a rotation on the defensive line. We got to build that rotation back. We got to go best available. With our first pick, we got to go best available at the defensive line, whether it's edge or interior. And then with our next pick, we got to go, if Brian Branch is still there at 30, whatever, we got to go best available safety. It is what it is. I mean,
yep. Notion quick, Bijan, before we talk about who left.
Yeah, no, I honestly just Bijan. I believe he'd be the most impactful, I guess, piece that we could potentially get at 10. Again, a lot of it's gonna do. I'm on board with best player available. Don't get me wrong on that. Believe me, if Jalen Carter or something like that is sitting there, I'd rather have him than over Bijan or something like that. But realistically, I don't see too many of the top DNs or those top talents sitting there. So Bijan Robinson, again, I see him as a true difference maker on any team that he's going to go to. A starter at the running back. You can rely on him on all three downs. Again, I know this is unconventional for, I guess, Howie Roseman to select a running back. But again, I just see him as a true impact player. And yes, I'm picking an impact player with that number 10 position because like you just said, Simone, we ain't heard from our defensive coordinator. Last thing I heard is we're going to a 3-4 defense. I don't know what personnel we need or none of that. And honestly, I'm picking the most impactful player at that position, and I think it's Bijan Robinson.
So let me ask you this, Notion. If we get to 10 and we stay and put, and Bijan is there, Nolan Smith is there, Kalijah
Jalen Carter.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna be there. Kalijah Cansey is there. And let's say Christian Gonzalez is there. Who are you taking?
Woo!
Based off of that, I'm more than likely going. Look, I'm telling y'all, I'm taking Bijan.
Get off this live stream.
Listen. Let me tell you something. We had the number 1 offense in the league last year, rushing the ball. If there was a premium talent to add to that unit, which again, I think Bijan is a generational talent. I mean, maybe some of y'all didn't watch some of the UT games. I saw quite a few UT games. I'm actually a Longhorn fan. So again, watching Bijan, this kid is a difference maker. And imagine that backfield.
That he's not. But what else did we have top last season? Defensive line.
Okay.
Defensive line and a top defense.
So, I'm not good, Bergen. Go ahead.
Go ahead, BG.
So what?
I feel like you guys think there's a lot of more holes. Like, it just comes a time where you got to play players, man. And, Milton Williams had a decent year last year. Jordan Davis, you might not say they're not a hard grade, but Milton, when he got PT, he did what he had to do. He was in there handling his business. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Davis, he got coddled the rest. After that injury, we coddled him the rest of the season. We didn't need to put him in. So everybody's like, well, he didn't play that much. Well, he wasn't supposed to anymore. We signed Sue. We signed Linval Joseph. One of those guys can still even come back, you know what I'm saying, in free agency. But just having those guys, it's time to see what's going to happen when you give Milton Williams to play in time. What's going to happen when you give Jordan Davis to play in time. We got to see what we got. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple of other DNs, both Johnsons, Tyree Johnson, and what's the other name? I forgot the other.
The fact that you snapping, trying to figure out that she out, just tells us.
I'm just saying they only got limited time because we had so many veteran stars. Okay, and when they got their chance to play, they produced. It's not like these guys when they came in, they didn't.
Oh my God!
If they came in and produced, you got to give them time to check them out. Like I said, we got the number 1 cornerback trio in the league. We still got BG. We still got Fletch. We still got, Sweat. Those are the main staple points of our defensive line right now. And then you got some young guys that need to prove it. Marlon played good before he got hurt. Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, that's 3 right there. Yeah, I will give those guys a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Marlon and Milton are depth pieces. Love them, and I would absolutely love for them to evolve to more than just depth pieces.
But how are we going to know we don't ever play them, Mom?
We've played them. If they was balling, then Fletch wouldn't have gotten all that time. Then Javon, if they was some ballers, then they would have been started
with the same time. When did Milton get drafted? He got drafted the same year.
Okay, and if he came on the field, on the field and shown that he was better than Javon or he was better than Fletch, then trust me, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Talking about some all-pro defensive tackles. How you going to come in
he ain't all-pro, baby.
Yes, give you a chance to do it. That don't make no sense.
PG, we're talking about all-pro players. He didn't show no all-pro players.
He showed he was good, but he's not going to take an all-pro spot. No matter how good he is. No matter how good he was. He could have been an all-pro, but he's not going to take an all-pro spot.
He could have been. He could have been an all-pro.
That's ridiculous.
He wasn't playing like an all-pro.
He didn't play like the all-pros because he didn't have the play time.
But in the play time, he wasn't playing like an all-pro.
Well, how many sacks he got? 4.5 sacks last year?
Go ahead, Rock. Sub in.
All right.
We talking about Bijan. I want to wait till next. Go ahead, BG, quick.
There's players that need to play, and the fact is that Bijan Robinson's sitting there. He is the number 1 asset I think we need to go get. You know what I'm saying? When you lose Booby Miles, Penny ain't going to be no starting running back for us and be some superstar. No. He's a nice, short yardage back that we have. And you go get Bijan Robinson to be the star back that we've been waiting for since Shady. We wanted Miles to be. We've been waiting for that lead dog to be back here in Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts pulling those defense linebackers out the way. Bijan will have 1,000 yards, over 1,000 his rookie year, hands down, easily. Like, the dude's a beast. You know, he's a game changer. And I think that's the only priority we really need on offense. So why not go finish? Our offense is going to be better no matter what. Because Jalen's in the same system for the third year in a row. They have 3 years now to really simulate this offense. We got players, returning receivers, tight ends, all that good stuff. We even got the Gainwell and Scott coming back. So it's like that's cool that we got the familiar back there that's going to do their little roles that they do. But go get a Bijan and let them tear it up.
See, real quick, I just want to, not a running league. I get that this is considered a passing league, but you got to understand this team is built off of running the ball. So yes. I get it, but the Eagles make running successful. So again, I get everybody's understanding. We got defensive needs. I understand that clearly. We got so many holes on defense. But again, if you have a known rushing attack that works, and you have an opportunity to add some kind of a great player to that, that's all I'm saying is I'm open to that idea. And I wouldn't be, listen, I'm going to be happy if we draft BJ at 10. But again, if there's a better defensive prospect available, I get that too, because we got all kind of holes on this defense right now.
Yeah, speaking of which, let's talk about who left. We got Sleevan is we got
Hold on.
He didn't respond to.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold on. All right. So
go ahead, Trey. My bad.
He's about to start a fight.
No, you starting fights, BG. Don't flip it.
I always start fights. I keep it real. I drop facts on you guys.
Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
All right, so let me kind of paint this picture real quick. How much did Miles Sanders rush for last year?
1,200, almost
like 1,200, almost 13.
Yeah.
Over. He had double-digit touchdowns, all that good stuff, right?
True that.
Mm-hmm.
How much did that help us in the Super Bowl? 0, right? None. At all.
Running back group. Yeah.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
All right, so we put up a ton of points in the Super Bowl. We did our thing on offense. I mean, we rumbled back and forth with the Chiefs. But what was the main reason we lost? Y'all tell me. What was the main reason we lost?
Defensive coordinator.
Defensive line too.
Mistakes.
Defense. Period. Defense. Period. Bro, I don't care how much the game is suited towards the offense now. Defense matters. It matters, bro. Especially when you get in big games like that. We look horrible on defense. Why are we not trying to retool this defense?
Trey, we had
B.J. Robinson.
We had a historic defense coming into that Super Bowl.
And it helped us none in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. But we can't sit here and say that we didn't have the talent. Like, we had talent defensively last year, bro. And it came down to, of course, the coordinating. Again, mistakes at the wrong time on the biggest stage. But we had the talent, is what I'm saying.
So who is the newest piece to this coaching staff? Desai, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to get this dude you're gonna try to get this dude what he need to be successful, right?
Exactly. And Notion, you hopped up on here having a funeral for this offseason. Oh, all these hoes. We got no safeties. We got no linebackers, Lord Jesus, help us.
And then take Bijan Robinson at number 10. And then take Bijan at number 10. That's what I'm trying to say, Moon.
But you got
act like we don't have a rest of a draft.
Yourself. All
y'all act like we don't have the rest of a draft, is what I'm saying.
We have the rest of a draft to get a running back. No shit.
No, it's the other way around. We got the rest of the draft.
There is no running back in this draft on Bijan Robinson's level.
They don't gotta be on his level though.
All right, we're talking about the draft early. Go ahead.
They gotta be productive. We see Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley been in the league for what, 4 or 5 years now? Probably 4. Bro, this dude been productive, but their team ain't been winning nothing. Running backs don't change nothing.
What are you talking about? He had Daniel Jones and some crappy receivers too. He can't do it by himself. Okay. What are you talking about? This draft is
what up, Mom?
Cornerback, You can get a good cornerback in the second. You can get a good freaking defensive tackle in the second and the third. That you don't.
All right, hold on, Trey. Before you respond,
Really putting a lot of confidence.
before anyone responds, go ahead, Mo, because you gotta say something.
You ain't even heard from our defensive coordinator, but we want to give him every tool to use. We don't know what defense we running. We don't know none of that.
We running. Get after the quarterback.
We did that for Gannon last year, though.
All we got is Fletch. You know every defense started in the trenches. You know that notion. So
now Jordan.
Hey, that's facts.
So now
facts.
Jordan
I agree
with
notion. I'm about to hit you with your own medicine. And we got the tapes.
Hey, I'm Matrix dodging though.
Okay, look. We sat on this same video and we talked several weeks, Notion. We both agreed that we don't need to pay Miles top dollar, right? And what was our reasoning? A lot of dudes can get busy behind this offensive line. Use that same logic and apply it to a third-round running back or a fourth-round running back.
Right.
Running back is the least of our worries with this offensive line. That's the last of our worries right now. We got
not even with the offensive line no more.
Jordan Howard.
Not even with the offensive line. Just our quarterback create our run game. You saw Kenny Gainwell go off in the playoffs. Heavy. Our quarterback create our run game. If we can't stop nobody, none of that matter. And then the contradiction just be crazy because it's like it just be crazy because like all last offseason, what we doing? We screaming about Gannon, right? Nobody talked about his offense. Nobody cared. Jalen gonna get us where we need to go. The biggest concern was the defense, right? Now nobody care no more. Oh, we gonna go get a running back that we not gonna pay once his contract up. When you can get a corner or somebody like that that's gonna be here for a good 8 years. It don't make sense.
Okay, listen. If there is a better, if there's, listen, and I gotta hear from our defensive coordinator because again, I don't know what kind of system we running. Again, I know linebacker. We ain't even got linebackers. We got so many holes. I get all of that, Trey. But when you look at overall value and impact, I mean, if you're really telling me that there's going to be that player that's going to really step up this defense and be that impact at 10, I say go for it. But who is that player going to be? Who are y'all telling me?
Nolan Smith, Kalijah Cansey. If we talking about 10, the Nigerian dude from Northwestern, I'm not going to butcher his name. It's options. This first round is loaded down with defensive back talent and defensive line talent. It's take your pick what you want. It's loaded down.
Just like you just try to do with the whole Jordan Davis, Milton Williams thing. You guys say any back can come back here. That's not true. Jordan Howard did all right. You know, Gainwell does all right. There ain't no Miles Sanders, though. You're not getting no start. Miles Sanders is a special running back. You need a special running back. Like you said, he had almost 1,300 yards, 11 double-digit touchdowns. A special running back can do that. If you had a Jordan Howard, a Penny, freaking Boston Scott, one of those guys, they're not giving you 1,300 yards.
But you don't need 1,300 yards, though. You don't need 1,300 yards. We got the top receiving duo in the NFL.
Okay, let me put my foot on that.
Put a consistent run game. You just got to put a consistent run game on the field.
All right, let me put my foot on this. Let me put my foot on this.
You gonna lock down?
Let me put my foot on this because I saw my quarterback Jalen freaking Hurts, whether it was in the air or through his leg, put up 35 points. 35 points on the board. Did he fumble the ball? Absolutely. It is what it is. But he put up 35 points. Trey, Notion, and BG was up here. Simone was busy. Fluka says, I was on here pissed off because everybody and the mama was criticizing my damn quarterback. He put up 35 points on the board. I needed one stop from my defense. Just one. Stop Patrick Mahomes. 5 minutes, 7 seconds. But stop Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Once. You hand the ball to Jalen Hurts. They run the clock. We Super Bowl champs. They didn't even do that. I need Jalen Carter. I need Christian Olave. I need somebody on the defense to step up because there ain't a team in this conference that matches up to the Birds. I need to stop Because when we get back to the Super Bowl, I need to stop. I
We
want
need
my
more
quarterback as a
points.
Super Bowl champ. I
We need
want
more
my
points.
quarterback as a Super Bowl champ. I need one freaking stop. One.
We need more
One.
points on offense, Cat. Defense.
We
One.
need
We have
more
one of the
points in
best
the
defenses
offense.
ever
How much
assembled.
we scored in the
Ever
Super Bowl?
assembled, and we still lost the Super Bowl with one of the
So
best defenses
you
ever in
keep
the history
saying
of defenses.
you keep saying this Super Bowl, Trey. Bro, how do you stop that offense from scoring so many points, do you think? By running the ball. Our run game was trash. Miles Sanders didn't do nothing that game. We weren't able to keep Patrick Mahomes off of the field. That's how you counter that high explosive offense. Our defense, listen, we were playing against Patrick Mahomes. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks that we are watching in the National Football League. He's going to find ways, especially with Andy Reid, to scheme up and make our cornerbacks look silly. It don't matter if we had Christian Gonzalez out there. It don't matter if we had Jalen Carter on the line. None of that matters. But I guarantee y'all, if we had Bijan Robinson or a true running back, somebody that could actually keep that offense off of the field, I think our situation could have been a little different. So again,
I feel like it would have been different.
I think if we could have, one of them dudes could have sacked him, could have stopped him, we had all them sacks in the regular season, and what happened in the Super Bowl? The trenches folded. Okay,
So
we
But
know
no,
that.
Patrick, those were the best players.
all right.
in the
Look
league.
at
Go ahead,
this though.
Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
Look at this though. So Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl every year he was in the league, right? It was teams that stopped this dude. He's not unstoppable. So it's like, bro, all I'm saying is it was a lot of games, right, where we had to lean on our defense to win the game, right?
Colts game.
We had the
Let's
Colts
talk about
game.
it.
Colts game, yeah. You right, Mom. Jacksonville game, we had to lean on our defense. It was a handful of games we had to lean on our defense, and they had to stop these dudes. And then Hurts did this little magic thing, but we had to actually stop these dudes. Defense is still a big part of the NFL, bro. I don't care how much the game changed, nothing like that. If you can put up 70 sacks in a season, that's the big outlier of the season, because our offense was great. It was great. Our whole team was great for the most part, but bro, we was getting to the quarterback. So now we get to the quarterback with an old BG. I mean, BG balled out last year, but he really was a background player for real. If you think about it, because his snaps got cut, everything. Hassan Reddick cooking off the edge. Bro, defense matters so much in the NFL. And I mean, like I said, Bijan is a luxury pick, but we could find it back.
Exactly.
Later on in the draft. But BG, no, listen to me. I'm gonna squash all that. Right? You told me out your mouth the only reason Miles Sanders went off is because of Jalen Hurts, right? Right? Now name me a back that Jalen Hurts played with at Oklahoma. Name one of them. One of them that's doing anything in the NFL. One of them.
Why are you going back to Oklahoma for?
I'm saying, name one back.
Trey Sermon.
Oklahoma. Trey Sermon wasn't there with Jalen Hurts. He wasn't there with Jalen Hurts. No, you don't know. All you know is Jalen Hurts and CeeDee Lamb. Jalen Hurts made that run game. He made that offense. Bro, you can find a back later on in the draft. We got to focus on this defense.
We seen what happens when Miles wasn't playing. The run game wasn't as effective because everybody locks in on Jalen.
Okay, let me get to
your court. Listen. When you get a guy like
BG, we got a super chat. Go ahead, Chess.
What's up, Big Low Country? Where you been, Big Low? I done seen your Falcons making all them moves. Appreciate you for the super chat.
Still gonna be trash.
Not still gonna be trash. Why you choosing violence?
I'm just saying though.
But listen,
why you choosing violence?
Still gonna be trash.
I'm saying you're getting a guy like Bijan. You're protecting Jalen as well as our running game. You're protecting Jalen because if you don't have a stud running back, they're going to key in on Jalen. Our quarterback's going to be hurt. He's not going to be able to pass that ball. The reason why it works so well.
You know what's going to get Jalen hurt?
Listen,
what's going to get Jalen Hurts having to be on the field all the goddamn time?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
But what are you talking
What's
about?
gonna get Jalen hurt is it's gonna be shootouts. It's gonna look like the Big Ten out this joint. I promise you.
Not the Big Ten, exactly.
It's gonna be 38
That's
to
what
40
We
every
gonna
game.
go 40 to Bijan, and we're gonna be giving up 45. Y'all killing me. Y'all and you notion, because we talked about this offensive line. We talked about this so many times. And y'all cannot act like great teams aren't built in the trenches. That's why we were great last season, because the trenches.
Right.
All them
Most times.
sacks, defense, keeping everybody. You talking about keep them off the field with the running game? You know how else you can keep these dudes off the field? Quick 3 and outs. Like
Actually playing defense, right? Actually playing defense.
I agree. Listen, I'm not sitting here saying we don't need to address the defense. But what I'm saying is, if you have that, I don't see another impactful offensive player that can come in here and immediately change our offense like that.
We don't need a top offensive player, Philly Notion. We need our offense.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's why I don't agree, because
our offense needs compliments. Our offense needs little compliments here and there. Compliments. The offensive core is set. This defensive line core is not set. We have a big run stopper, gigantic dude, and we have old Fletcher Cox. Love him, but we got Jordan Davis, who we know ain't getting after the quarterback, who's just a run stopper. We got no rotation.
So real quick, you just mentioned Jordan Davis. What round did we get Jordan Davis? What round did we get other offensive players? I'm just saying.
It's gonna take Jalen Reagor. Okay, so that was an offensive player that we thought was going to be some big difference maker. So don't act like because we got Jordan Davis wrong, we're going to get it wrong this time.
I'm just saying, and Jordan Davis may not be wrong. He's going to take time to develop. We didn't get to see him play last year. But what I'm saying is, all these picks that we're talking about here, these are players that could probably develop or be some kind of a starter on the team. We don't even know what kind of a defensive strategy we running. We don't know none of that. But what I do know is that Bijan Robinson, he's going to bring a running game regardless of the system that we're going to have. So that's it. That's an immediate impact to this team. That's all I'm saying. I like impact players. And I don't like project.
No.
She got a point.
Impact players. We looking at impact on defense and Notion. Don't play these mind games tonight. I don't know why you choosing violence, because let me tell you,
it's real business.
You know this. You talking about some. We don't know what kind of defense we running. Every defense is built on pass rush and getting after the quarterback. You know that.
But you admitted already, Simone.
Okay, so Simone, let me ask you this. Are we going to be a defense this year that is rushing the quarterback heavy? We're running a 3-4. It sounds like we're going to be doing a lot of covering and a lot of blitzing. I don't know. Again, I ain't heard from our defensive coordinator yet. Has anybody else heard what scheme we're running? I haven't. So I don't even know what kind of a defensive scheme we're running to sit here and say this person's going to bring an immediate impact. I don't believe
naturally though. A 3-4 is an attacking defense, Notion. You remember that Pittsburgh Steelers defense? You remember the Baltimore Ravens defense? Attacking defense. We need pass rushers. You need pass rushers to attack, right?
I get that.
This is what we drafted. If we were running a 3-4 last year,
this is what we drafted Jordan Davis for. Trey, if we get one pass rusher, is that immediate impact going to be felt on that defense?
Yes. We need an interior lineman who can get after the quarterback and also stop the run.
So we're missing one player is going to make that difference. They're going to cause that impact.
One player. You're talking about one player, and Bijan, who's going to get way less action. Who's going to get way less
he is going to make that impact.
Defensive lineman is going to get. You're talking about spending a top 10 pick on somebody who's going to be in a running back by committee, because we don't know.
Bijan ain't going to be no running back by committee. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. He's going to be that lead back.
He's not going to be every running back by committee.
This is the reason why we're talking about Bijan earlier, y'all. This right here. This is why we're talking about Bijan. But go ahead, y'all.
I'm just saying, like,
about go draft a D lineman or DN. He's going to be in the rotation. He's probably going to be even a more rotation.
But that rotation is different, though.
Running back rotation. We
That
roll
rotation
the draft
different.
heavy on
I mean,
Small. You already
Bird
said
Gang,
it.
you know that. That
What is the draft
rotation
heavy on
different.
Small? You already said it. Defensive line, cornerback are the two heaviest positions inside the draft. So if you don't use one in the first round, you can get one late first round. You can get one early second round. You can get one early third round. You cannot
Okay,
get an impact back
Don't,
like that in
I
this
said,
draft.
it's heavy starter talent in the first round. I didn't say it was starter talent in the second and third round. I said it's heavy starting talent in the first round, all throughout. Our first round needs to be best available defense with the both picks. Best available defense.
It's gonna be
Defense.
just like
Do
last
they
year.
chant offense at the game? Do they chant offense? Offense. Or do they chant defense? Boom, boom, defense. Huh? Come
I'm
on.
just saying,
Oh
man.
my!
Y'all tripping.
Hey,
Oh,
listen.
I mean, like I said, B. John a pretty pick, bro. But it's like, it's a pretty pick. That's all it's gonna be. He gonna add to this
It's
offense.
a piece of need. You acting like it's not another need on our football team. We just lost Miles Sanders. Come on.
All right. So listen,
Come
though.
on now.
Listen.
We got Rashad Penny
What
leading the
conference?
backfield.
Come
What
on.
conference? What conference did B. John play in? What conference did B. John play in?
That's tough.
What
Well, he
conference
about
did
to be in the SEC, but what? Big Ten? Was it Big Ten? Texas in the yeah. But they going to the SEC. But
12.
yeah, I got you. He played
They
that
going to the SEC, but they don't play defense in the Big T, in the Big Ten at all.
But
At
the
all.
last
Listen.
5 running backs that
Them
came out
games
in the
be like
first
50 to
round has been
60 every
studs.
game. Bro, that,
All right,
it
go
don't
ahead,
matter.
Mo.
That don't matter. We in the NFL now. We gotta stop somebody. We gotta stop somebody.
Go ahead, Mo.
And all I'm saying is, y'all killing me, Smalls. Listen. We can't deny the fact, too, that Bijan got that work put on them knees for 4 years up in Texas, too. Bijan has been a workhorse at Texas. We're not getting no little fresh legs and fresh thighs that's coming running through here. He got some miles on him, too.
Yeah, my fault,
No
y'all.
offense.
I'm tripping.
They had
Okay.
2 running backs in Texas.
What I'm saying
Definitely got
is,
some miles on him, man. Definitely.
he got some marathons on him. Okay.
He started since he was a freshman. That
Y'all,
dude been getting like 30 carries a game. Oh, he beat. You see
Don't worry
how
about
Zeke
that
only
stuff.
lasted 7 years in the league.
we got
Exactly.
build.
Again,
we
I'm not opposed to
Listen,
getting
guys. Another question for you guys. When the last time the team with the number 1 defense won the Super Bowl?
Okay.
Kansas City ain't had no number 1 defense, and they've been winning. Teams
The
win
Rams.
all the
Yeah,
time.
you know
It's
why
about how
they
many
won?
points you put on that
You know why
board.
they won? Because they ran through our defense.
The Rams just won it 2 years ago. They was the number 1 defense in the NFL. So
Right. The Rams was balling. Their defense was locked down too. Ramsey,
so
Donald, play with it.
it squashed the
one?
whole little
You
argument
gave me
right there.
one?
Huh?
The other ones weren't number 1 defenses. Just because you got one, I'm not saying it don't
Okay.
happen.
It might
Bro,
not be
you said
number
when the
one,
last
but top-
time though.
It's just like the
top
thing.
defenses-
When does the
top
league
defenses be
in
winning all the
passing
time.
win Super Bowls? When your number 1 passing quarterback wins Super Bowls, that usually don't happen. There's only a
Who's the
select
last
few
3
of them
teams
do
that
it.
won the Super Bowl?
Huh?
Who's the last 3 teams that won the Super Bowl?
We got the Chiefs, the Rams, and with the
Tampa
Bucks.
Bay.
And the
Yep.
Bucks.
Bucks had a top 5 defense. Rams had a top 5 defense. Kansas City an outlier because
Right, and
they
then-
got Patrick Mahomes. So defense really still matter in the
When
NFL.
the
You
Patriots
seen what the
didn't have a
Buccaneers
number
did to KC that year. You seen what they did to them. Their offense was non-existent in that Super Bowl. So we can't say
because he
defense don't
lost
win
his starting
championships.
offensive lineman.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
It
It
do
still
matter
was,
when
it
you
still
got
was the
two
top
of your
5
guards, your
defense
tackle
in the
not playing
NFL.
Super Bowl.
So if they did have their offensive lineman, they still was going up against the top 5 defense in the NFL. So defense still matter in the NFL.
I'm not saying defense don't matter. It all matters. Special teams matter.
That's what y'all basically
It's
said with us
coaching
picking up Bijan Robinson.
No, I'm not saying it because we still got most of our defensive players coming back. What are you talking about?
Didn't
We
y'all
got
start-
starters on the
didn't
defensive
y'all
line.
start
We got
this-
starters in
didn't y'all
linebacker
start
position.
this
We
Y'all
got
getting that
some
lost in
secondary.
translation.
What are you
Like,
talking about?
y'all think just because we're saying we want Bijan Robinson, again, I just told y'all why I want to Bijan right. I believe he's an impact player.
And we believe
Y'all
it's
are really trying to convince us that there's going to be a defensive player that we pick at number 10 that's going to immediately impact that defense.
We were picking
Again,
at number 10. Ain't like we picking at 20. We picking at 10. It's still going to be great talent at 10.
Honestly, what we need to do is probably trade that number 10 pick back. I still think we can get a look. If
we can trade back the Texans and get the Texans' 3rd round pick.
Look, which one? What pick the Texans got? What pick
12.
they had?
And they're going to want to skip over who's in between. I think the Colts. They're going to want to jump and get another player.
I like that.
See, yeah, I mean, I consider trading back. I wouldn't even trip on that 10 pick. But I'm telling y'all right now, I'm getting an impact player, and I do believe
we're
Bijan.
getting an impact player too, Notion. We're getting the best impact player on defense. What about Tyree Wilson, edge rusher? He number 8 overall on the big board.
He's going to start on this team.
Huh?
Bijan's going to start. Whoever we draft, even if it's a defensive line, they're not starting on this defensive line.
You don't got to start at defense, though. You don't got to start at defensive line. You don't got to.
That's a rotation. That's a rotation.
Rotation. And Bijan, y'all want to spend our top pick on Bijan when this, I mean, look at this offense.
Look at it.
This offense is set.
I'm like, that is a huge problem.
All we need is little compliments. We got to retool this defensive line. We got to retool this rotation. Our success was because of that rotation that we had on the defensive line last season. We got to rebuild that rotation.
How did we get the rotation, Simone? How did we get the rotation? Then in the middle of the year, we picked up Limbaugh and Joseph and Sue. We can still
pick
up
guys. But it was a rotation before that, though.
All day.
It was a rotation. Jordan Davis got hurt, so we had to replace him in the rotation. Jordan Davis got hurt, so we replaced Jordan Davis in the rotation with those guys.
We didn't start. The other guy got hurt too. Marlon Tuilopu got hurt, and he's gonna be back this year.
Don't nobody care about Marlon.
You trying to
hey, Marlon was
Don't nobody care about this dude. He didn't even really play for real. So it's like, come on, bro. Like he didn't even really play for real. The only pass rushing defensive tackle we have is Fletcher Cox, and he's old. He's old. So, bro, like
you don't think giving Milt Williams more reps, he's not gonna produce?
It don't even matter, like, bro. Like we was like 8 deep at the defensive line.
Exactly, bro.
It don't even matter. Milt Williams can come out, he could ball as much as he wants to, but he get tired too. He a human. We got to get that rotation.
Why didn't we sign Hargrave then? I mean, like we had a talent in house. He was fairly young. I mean, he's younger than Fletcher.
Wanted $20 million. We didn't have that much money to pay this dude. Now we signed Hargraves, right? And then we don't get Bradbury. We don't get Slayback. Is a trickle effect.
It's a numbers game.
He had to go. He was looking for paper. He had to go. Like I'm mad that he gone, but it's like he had to go. He was looking for that bag.
True that.
He had to go.
Yeah. So yes, I guess we're done with all that. So this is what we're going to do because we just, all because of one player. So anyway, let's.
The BG and Notion start in trouble.
No, because this and One Trey Rock don't listen.
Yeah, man, y'all really think a defensive player about to save this whole,
Oh my God!
Nah, they don't gotta save it though. I think a running back gonna save this whole season. When I run it back,
I honestly think that the running back,
Miles Sanders. You gotta replace him with a stud.
No, we replace him with Kenny G, and we
don't gotta replace him with a stud. You gotta replace him with a solid player.
Exactly.
Jalen had to do so much last year. Hey, y'all remember?
Bro, when we won the Super Bowl, none of our running backs had over 1,000 yards.
Miles went out last year, the year before last even. When we had Howard and those boys, and everybody like, oh, this guy's so good. Look at his yards per touch, whatever. He was trash compared to when Miles came back. Jalen had to work that much harder to run the ball that much more for our offense to be
Bro,
efficient. We do not
we
want
did.
Jalen running the ball that much, so you go get a stud running back to do the running for him.
And we
You
can get a
did.
stud in the 4th round.
EG, when we won the Super Bowl, we
No.
Kenny G was
actually
a 5th
won the Super
rounder.
Bowl.
No stud.
None of our running backs had
You can
over
get a
1,000
Boston
yards.
Scott
None of
in the
them.
4th
Kenny
round.
G ain't a
You can
stud.
get a Kenny Gainwell in the 4th
Kenny
round.
G
But
ain't a
you're not
stud.
getting no Miles Sanders or
Kenny
better in
G
the
ain't a
4th round.
stud.
I
Kenny
promise
G
you
ain't a
that.
stud.
You
Kenny
did.
G
He
ain't a
ain't had an
stud.
opportunity.
He ain't no
He
stud.
ain't had an
He's good.
opportunity to be a
Right?
stud. Like he's
Right.
playing his role, developing. But let's not act like Kenny G out here breaking monumental records now.
Say he was a stud and he's enough. And if we get another dude, a Zach Charbonneau, in the 4th round, we're gonna be just fine. We got a rotation at running back anyway. Y'all trying to spend a 10th round pick on a guy who's gonna be.
Ain't nobody gonna game plan for no 4th round running back.
Y'all trying to spend a 5th
Hell,
round
you
pick on a
didn't.
guy
I'm
that's
serious.
not going to
They
get
had a game
re-signed,
plan
just like
for
Miles
Miles
Sanders.
and
And we
Jalen
got
Hurts.
5 years to figure that out, though, Trey.
Once his
Come on,
contract
Bro,
runs
we got
out,
5
he's
years
not
to
getting
figure that
re-signed.
Bijan issue out.
Let's talk about it.
Look, when we won
Kenny
the
G
Super
is
Bowl
a
in 17,
Ain't
none of
nobody
our backs
game
had
plan
over
for
1,000
Kenny G.
yards. None of them had close to 1,000 yards.
But
Well,
we
But
got
it
a
was
way
a
different
solid
dynamic.
rotation.
We
It
got
was
a
a
different
solid
team in that
rotation,
17.
and they did what they were supposed to do, and we played great defense that whole season. So it's like, bro, it's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Y'all want to go get a running back at the 10th pick where we can resort those resources to somewhere else, and we can be a solid football team for like a couple years to come.
I just want to.
And you might not even have to get him in a.
Hold on, all right. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead, Mom.
Can we open up the phone lines?
All right, you know what? Fine.
How about that?
All right, we can do that. We can do that.
Trade back, keep it.
Notion straight up said, do y'all realize what's being said on this live? Notion straight up said, y'all think a defensive player is going to have an impact?
No, an immediate impact to the point that's going to change from Bijan. Bijan's going to have way more of an impact than any defensive player that you bring on the defense.
Need a big impact. That's what you're missing.
I guess we're opening the phone lines, y'all. Come on in.
And that's all just assumptions too. No
How
shit.
do you sit here and say that our offense doesn't need a big impact?
Because it's already
impacted.
Our offense already impacted.
Devontae and AJ Brown and Kenny
It's already
Gainwell.
impacted.
To prove me,
Okay.
to prove me and Ocean Boy, who did we draft first last year? And how big of an impact did he have on our football team?
We drafted Jordan Davis.
What up, E-Wing? What up, E-Wing?
He had close to zero impact.
Put him on your team and see what kind of impact he got. Thank you. You redshirted last year.
What's up, E-Wing?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, E-Wing? What's happening, man?
Yeah.
Apparently, Noah fell off his rocker today because I'm kicking some Bijan, you know what I'm saying, hype up in here. But what you got on this, E-Wing?
Check this out. My thing is, right, I don't want to get off topic, but I wanted CJ to stay only because of his age and this and that. But we got to look at who beat us in the Super Bowl. I know it was really because of that field, but what stars do they got on that team over there that beat us in that Super Bowl? They really couldn't stop us. I think, everybody really wanted CJ, but my thing is our defense is going to be just as good as the coach that comes in and put these boys in the right position to do what they got to do.
Facts.
You feel me? The big names is good, but you got to show and prove, man. We had an all-star defense, but honestly, Gannon ain't know what he was doing, in my opinion. I believe, he just lived off all them names, all them sacks and everything you get. I know they don't come, overnight, but damn, them names did them sacks, man. He ain't had the right scheme. You know what I mean? But I think our main objective need to be that defense, though, because damn near anybody could get behind that line and bust it open at running back. I feel you that I think we do need a big bruising back, but damn, hey, man, we don't really need Bijan, in my opinion. Everybody got their own opinion. But
God
honestly,
bless you, Ewing. God bless you.
Look.
Salute. I like that.
Keep them trenches right, and we going places, man. I'm telling you. We going places. People talking about Slay fell off, whatever. They don't know football. Trust and believe. They was not throwing the Slay that much. Bradbury got his off because they was going to him. Trust and believe. If this coach could put them boys in the right position, it's going to be some trouble. Trouble.
See, I actually agree with that. Like, again, I
So
agree.
you agree with Ewing saying, but
No, I agree we need defense. But what I don't what I don't agree with, of course, is this whole. I don't think that we have any running back could just load back here and just carry our run game.
No,
I don't think
you
that.
do agree with that because you said it several times. We both
No.
said it. We both said it. When we
No.
were talking about bringing Miles Sanders back, we both said it, Notion. Don't make
Yes,
me cool
I believe that
time.
Jalen Hurts makes our offense that much better. Yes, he makes the run game open up more. Believe me, I believe that any running back could have put up better numbers in a sense, or I guess how could I say this? I'm not going to sit here and try to trash Miles Sanders like he was absolute trash can. We know this kid had problem dancing in the hole, wasn't hitting the hole, things of that. But to sit here and say that I think any running back, because if that's the case, I thought maybe Boston Scott could have led the backfield. I didn't think that Kenneth Gainwell couldn't lead the backfield. So not every running back can lead this backfield. But what I'm saying is this: adding a premium talent.
When Gainwell came in the game, you seen the difference from him and Miles. Gainwell looked like he was trained to go. Miles is good, but honestly, man, he ain't never wowed me. Like, I was dying for him to break away sometime on them long runs, but he was back there like he was ballet dancing. That's the way he run. But hey, he was a ballet man.
All right, so all right, we bring B down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We bring him in. What are you gonna give you? 1,300 yards, double-digit touchdowns. He gonna give you the same thing Miles Sanders gave you during the season. The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing, bro. So it's like, all right. I mean, like, I'll take that. But, bro, you get a premium defensive player, and he's young, and he can get on the field, he can start, he can kind of make an impact, and he can be here with you for the next 6 to 8 years. I'll take that over a running back that we not even gonna pay once his contract year coming up. Come on, man. It's like I don't understand the argument. It's like B.J. gonna come in as a rookie. He probably gonna give you like a stack, probably a little bit over that, but he gonna give you the same thing Miles Sanders gave you this year. We're gonna be in the same position, and then we not gonna be able to stop nobody in the Super Bowl because we're gonna be going up against Josh Allen, or we're going to be going up against Patrick Mahomes, or we're going to be going up against Herbert. We're going to be going up against one of these dynamic quarterbacks, Joe Burrow. We're going to be going up against these dudes, and we're going to be in the same situation. The same situation as last year. Can't stop nobody in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, Bijan, I'm fine with it. He could come in. He could be an impact player from the rip, but I'd rather get a defensive player that I know that's going to help this team out because we still kind of stacked on the defensive line, but if we could add another dominant pass rusher, bro, it's going to be nasty this year. It's going to be nasty this year. It's going to be kind of like last year. And the teams we got to play this year, we got to go up against some dogs this year. So, what, we going to be in shootouts every game? If that's what y'all want, y'all want to add Bijan, that's what y'all want. Y'all want it to be 38-40 every game. I'm fine with that too. So, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Maybe I'm just having issues with the Rashad Penny situation again. That did not. We just got rid of Miles Sanders because of availability issues. You know, this boy couldn't be on the field for half the he had availability concerns, right, and consistency concerns. I see the same things, even worse with Penny. So. Again, I know we need to address the running back position. If we don't get Bijan and we get a defensive impact player, cool. I'm on that train too. But at the same time, y'all cannot convince me that Bijan Robinson is not going. If he's selected, he's going to cause an immediate impact to this offense. And to calm these high-scoring teams down, yes, I believe you have to have a running back to control the tempo also, or at least to help your quarterback out. So, again, I'm fully supporting the Bijan at 10, but again, I can't – if there's a better defensive player, I do have some in mind. I'll look through my full review to see who those I pick above Bijan. Of course, I think Jalen Carter is definitely one of them. I think he's a special talent also. But, yes, I'm picking up a running back if he's available at 10 if Bijan's there. It is what it is. I'm adding to this offense.
And we still got another first round pick, so we can go get a top flight defensive player too. Just like last year, we got 2 good players. We got Jordan Davis, then we got AJ Brown. Even though he wasn't a draft pick, but he was an impactful offensive player that made a big difference for our football team. You know,
And
you get one of each.
and
If you
we
draft
can use
Bijan,
our first round pick on best available defense. We can use our second first round pick on best available defense, and we can use our second round pick on best available defense, and then talk to me later.
nah,
Right, Mo?
See,
I want
nah.
the same trade as you,
Yeah,
Mo.
y'all
we're
understand?
gonna have
We all
2 out of
Do
3
y'all
players
understand
ride
the
bench
offense is
all
good?
year long.
Do
2
y'all
or 3 players
understand
won't
we
even
just
see a
looking for
football field.
compliments? We looking for little sprinkles and cherries on top. The Sunday is made on offense. Y'all
Facts.
realize
Like I
that?
said,
It was made last year with Miles Sanders. Without
well,
Miles Sanders, it's
sometimes
not
you
made.
put a cherry on top of the sundae, Moan. That's all I'm saying. If you
Like I
got
said.
Cherry
Bijan
on
there,
top is
he's
the
a
little
cherry.
fourth round running back. That's your cherry.
bro, if you could get a running back that could go east, that could go east or west, straight up, straight down, hit the hole when it's there, that's fine. That's Rashad Penny. That's Kenny Gainwell. That's Boston
He
Scott.
ain't healthy. Penny ain't healthy, bro. Let's not act like he only played
But you
5
acting
games
like he
last
gonna
year.
come in and get like 30 carries a game. His max out probably gonna be 8 to 10 a game. And y'all acting like the dude not explosive. He explosive too.
He ain't no
He could
Miles
give you
Sanders.
that. He could give you that first down, that 20, 30-yard run. He could give
He
you that.
can.
He could give you that. Y'all acting like Rashad Penny a scrub. He got a little bit of injury. We was just screaming about Miles Sanders injuries for like the last 3 years.
Exactly.
We just screaming about Miles Sanders injuries. He can't stay on the field. What running back you know can stay on the field? They getting hit every game. They getting hit 30 times a game. Which
Let me
running
ask
back
y'all
you know
something.
can stay on the field?
Bro,
None of them. All
Saquon
these running backs we call
tells
That's
great.
you
why
all that.
Zeke's so burned out because they burned him out. They ran him too much.
All these
Would y'all
running backs
trade
we
up?
call great. Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. None of these dudes can stay on the field. None of them. They getting beat up all game. That's why you go running back by committee. That's why you go running back by committee.
Would y'all? Oh, and then also too, Notion. Yeah, Notion. Let me tell you a little something else too, Notion. You was talking, y'all was complaining about Miles not getting carries, right? Miles not getting the carries that he deserved. Miles should be getting more carries. What's going to change next season? Y'all going to Bijan, he ain't going to get the carries either. Answer?
Listen,
Response?
come next year, that same response could be said about the defense, Moan. At least I know. At least I know that the offense.
All season long. Come on, no.
Listen, at least I know that the offense is going to be
The only
effective,
complaint
Simone.
we had in the regular season, the only complaint we had in the regular season was running the ball. Why we ain't run the ball? Why we ain't run the ball? Why we ain't run the ball more? Miles need more touches. Y'all gonna be singing that same, y'all gonna be playing that same tune to Bijan. Why we trade up to why we take Bijan at 10? Nick done shown for the past 2 years that he ain't running the ball like that.
So, do y'all also understand? I don't think we talked about it in this show, but we also lost, who was it? Our wide receiver, Zach Pascal. So,
That's fine.
who we relying on this year for our wide receiver? Because I know you're talking about just drafting all defense and all of that. The whole draft, we just going defense.
Pascal was he was a number 4 wide receiver. Come on, Nation.
No, what I'm saying is this. Listen,
you can
we
find
got
them anywhere.
AJ Brown and we got Devontae Smith. And don't act like y'all wouldn't sit up here with everybody went up here complaining about Quez Watkins.
I got an answer for you, Notion. We gonna get one later in the draft. Tank Dell keep popping up on our draft boards.
Okay, but we good on offense. We good. We only got 2 set wide receivers right now, right?
I said we can go offense after the second round. I said
all I'm saying is
true. That stands true. After the second round, we can go offense. I still stand by
that. We got
that.
3 though. And one of them not a wide receiver, he a tight end. Y'all keep forgetting about Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, that was better. No, I know he on the staff.
Quez don't matter. Zach Pascal don't matter. Zach Pascal was a special teams dude. He came in the block. He was like the dirty work type dude. You can find him anywhere in the NFL. You can find him dude anywhere in the NFL. Quez gonna get better. He's gonna get better. He don't have no choice but to get better. Our top 3 targets is Devontae Smith, top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. AJ Brown, I'll give him top 5. Dallas Goedert, top 3 in the NFL. So Quez don't matter. Zach Pascal don't matter. These dudes not even getting targeted like that. So it's like, I mean, you can find them kind of dudes anywhere. Draft, you could pick up a veteran. You can find them kind of dudes anywhere.
Yeah.
That's not going to hurt our offense at all. It's not going to hurt our offense at all.
We definitely need somebody to come in, compete, and that can be handled in the 7th round. That could be an undrafted free agent. That could be another little signing like the Zach Pascal signing. Again, we need to start build from the trenches on out. That's to me my motto all off season. Trenches on out. So we're gonna build from the line and trickle on out. Okay. And let me ask y'all about something. Would y'all trade up for Jalen Carter?
I would.
Trade up? Absolutely not. I'm not absolute trade up.
You just said you would trade up.
I trade up. I go up and get Jalen Carter.
I'm not even trading up.
I don't even care about his baggage. If that's what y'all talk about, I want him.
No, I'm not trading up for nobody in this draft.
He gonna drop regardless.
You think he dropping to 10 though?
No, he gonna drop to like the 80s range though. And if you want to trade up to the 80s range, I'm fine with that.
Are y'all worried about him? His pro day with? Did y'all see the pro day?
Wasn't he like gassed or something like that after the he came in overweight?
Yeah, he gained some weight. He was looking a little.
That's why you got veterans though on your team. That's why you got. That's why you bring back a Fletcher Cox and BG. That's why you bring back those kind of dudes. They gonna get him right. But if he there, the talent is great. Now
so you have to get. Then you got 2 guys to get right. You got to get Jordan Davis right in this guy.
And Jalen Carter. They're about to be 2 projects.
Ready to get himself right.
Rotation players we drafted.
I take him.
You know, a veteran DT that's going to go in there and do his job. Just like you said, we can fill in spots with veterans.
Hey, Jake, Wolf.
Same thing on
What's
defense.
up, Jinx? How you feeling? What you think?
Jinx in the building.
Yo, what's good?
Jinx.
Good.
Shit,
So what you think about all this, Jinx?
I think we need to go ahead and go with a defensive player because our offensive player is not going to get matter when we're getting scored on every play. It's not going to matter. Offensive player is not going to matter. One offensive player is not going to matter when somebody could just go deep on us every play and score a touchdown, and then our offense have to go back down and score. Because what are we going to do when our offense?
What happened, Mo? What happened, Mo?
Oh no, he preaching right now.
Oh, go ahead, Jinx. My bad day.
Well, what we going to do when our offense getting locked down? We got to rely on our defense. What we going to do then? We're like, most likely going to lose that game.
I hear you, and I hear you talking about teams that's going to go down there, and score touchdowns and all of that. But if we're really going by that logic, why aren't we looking at safeties? Like, we have no safety. Why aren't we talking about drafting safeties? Why aren't we talking about drafting linebackers?
Notion. I said best available defense. That includes safety. Notion.
What safety you taking at the 10th?
Exactly. With number 10. What safety we taking at 10?
Somebody like Brian Branch. He gonna be a vet.
Branch gonna be available like in the 20 range.
I could see us trading up from 30 maybe for a Brian Branch or getting somebody like Sidney Brown in the 2nd round. There's safety talent in the 2nd round, in the 3rd round.
I'm talking number 10. Who are we picking?
We're not going safety at 10. There's no safety that's a 10th round pick. That's 10th pick worthy. 10th pick on defense is the trenches.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going need somewhere in the trenches. We're going for that need of filling somewhere in that trenches.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's what Howie does.
Like we've been saying.
Again, that's where I think
Notion. And
I don't agree with going drafting for need. That's where we probably gotta disconnect, because I don't like being forced to draft for a need because we gotta fill this defense. If there's a luxury,
it's not forced though. Notion.
It's not forced because it's hella talent in this. This aligns perfectly. This draft is loaded in the 1st round with defensive line talent. We're a team that needs defensive line talent. It lines up. We're not forcing anything.
It's not forced at all. I wouldn't be surprised if we go D-line like 3 times in this draft.
You're forcing a running back. And let me ask you this. Notion.
Bijan is a reach at 10.
when
for
we're
us.
down by 20 because we don't got a defense, we can't run the ball, right? So Bijan's gonna be worthless. We gotta pass the ball.
Yes.
So what we gonna do with Bijan? We
Unless
can't
you're
run
gonna
the
convert
ball.
him into a
when we're down by
receiver too.
14.
But that sounds silly because our defense is gonna be good regardless next year.
Our defense gonna be good.
How you
regardless.
figure that though?
That much better than
How
what
you figure that though?
He just said we don't have a safety. Y'all need to get together and figure out y'all story over here.
We don't got a safety. We don't got a
Don't
number
act
2
like there's
linebacker.
not. We're talking about the number 10 pick. That's one player. The rest of the draft focus heavy on the defense. It is what it is. But you see at number 10, you have a true impactful player, in my opinion. You pick him up at 10. You focus the rest on defense. All these players in these holes y'all talking about filling, go that
All right,
route.
okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do this early. Okay, so at number 10, I'm going to ask you guys who we picking at 10 and your reasons why, and then we'll go from there. Free agency, it is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. So let's go ahead. Notion Gang at number 10. Who we
But
getting?
we gotta see who's on the board, though. It depends.
Yeah, no, that's true. You got to know who's on the board. Because again, if I'm still standing on that, I'll take Jalen Carter, an interior prospect. I think he's going to be a dog. So
all right, let's do this. Let's just go dream pick. Let's go dream pick.
Yeah, dream pick. Okay, we can do that. Dream pick.
My dream pick at 10. Sheesh. I mean, again, I'd pick Jalen Carter, but then again, Bijan Robinson, bro. I'm adding to this explosion. That's exactly where I'm going. Yes.
Moan, I know you want to respond so bad because I heard that.
Yeah, I need to hear your dream pick.
Go ahead, Moan.
Dream pick
at
as
10.
in a realistic.
If your first pick is there, who's there at the top? And then maybe who's the second?
Okay, but is this a realistic?
It's just your dream pick, Mo. It's like
Dream pick would be
it could be the person you're gonna think going number 1 overall. It don't
Dream
even
pick
matter.
would be Will. Dream pick is Will. Healthy, mental is straight. We don't know what's up with Jalen Carter's mental health. Dream pick is Will.
Will Anderson. So my dream pick for me, Christian Gonzalez. It's either Christian Gonzalez or I'll take Will Anderson too. It's one of the two. I'll take either Christian and Devin Witherspoon. It's one of them three. Devin Witherspoon.
You gotta pick one though, Phuket.
Right. He talking about
all right, Devin Witherspoon. Devin. Give me Devin. Dang, give me Devin. Go ahead, Trey. Give me Devin.
I'm going Will Anderson too. Like I said, I'm one of those guys, and maybe I'm kind of like old school, but I'm going in the trenches first round. Will Anderson adding him with BG, Sweat, all those dudes. That rotation would be so nasty, bro. Because if you're an offensive tackle, you can't let up. Oh, all right, they brought Will Anderson in. Dude is he major in the pass rushing thing, so you can't let up at all. So I'm going defensive line. I'm going DNR. I take Will Anderson.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mo. BG?
He must have went back to
still at work. So,
Will Anderson though would be just disgusting.
Yes, it would. Notion, I guess.
We know who his dream pick is.
Yeah. I already put it out there. I put out there again. I'd go Carter I'd pick Jalen Carter, and then Bijan. Like that's my dream pick again. If Carter's there before Bijan, I'm taking Jalen Carter to fix our interior before Bijan. But if Bijan is there, well, of course, I'd probably select Will Anderson 2 over Bijan. Let me go and keep that a bean. Who else did y'all mention? But some of them other players you mentioned, what? Nolan? Was it Nolan that you mentioned? I'm picking Bijan. Okay, I'm picking Bijan over him. Who else? Who else you name?
You picking Bijan over Christian Gonzalez or Devin Witherspoon?
At this position, at number 10, absolutely. I think Bijan's bringing more of an impact because Christian Gonzalez is going to be a depth piece. He's going to be behind. Who's he going to be behind? Bradbury and Slay. So yes, I'm adding immediate impact. I'm going Bijan at 10. That's what we're doing. I'll address the cornerbacks later in the draft.
Bijan just signed with Jalen Hurts' agent. Before y'all speculate,
You can do that, Nicole Lynch. Did Momo say Nicole
But,
Lynn?
no, Nicole Lynn
He
got other
might be a
clients.
Philadelphia Eagle.
No, Nicole Lynn got
No.
other clients. It's not just Jalen and Bijan. She got other clients. She building her roster. That don't mean
Ew.
that.
Yeah.
I love
You,
it.
you say it do?
He coming to Philly.
No.
He
She
gonna
got
be a
other.
Philadelphia Eagle.
She got other clients though. We talking about what about the guy we signed today, Justin Evans? Not him having the same agent as CJ.
Oh,
All right, but
yeah,
look
that's right.
though. She got all these clients though, but in your opinion, who her biggest client?
Obviously,
Hurts.
Jalen.
Hurt
It's
season,
her.
right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
ain't
He
freaking
coming to
hurt.
Philly. He coming to Philly. And why would he ever just fly here? Like,
He flew here because she probably live here. There's a billion reasons. He could have a cousin here. He could be headed to somebody's graduation. These dudes got lives outside of football. His cousin could have a basketball game.
Bijan Robinson don't got no time.
Hold on, I gotta talk to
I
Nicole
promise
Lynn.
you.
I gotta talk to Nicole. Well,
Ties.
you know,
How
we
you
got
know he
that.
ain't got no ties? He could
Where
be
he from? He
passing
from
through.
like Texas or something, right?
He
He
could
don't got
have
no
a
ties in
layover in
Philly.
Philly. He could have a layover in Philly. He could, who knows?
Ain't nobody graduating this early, Mo. It's only
Okay. I'm saying he could have a family, a friend.
This is what happened when we talk Bijan and we did not mention one free agent reaction. Nothing. Bijan took over the whole dang show.
I'm gonna say this right now. Mark my words. If we draft Bijan, and if we draft Bijan, we gotta trade up from 30.
I agree.
I agree.
On
I'm not
defense.
taking him at 10. In
I agree.
no situation, I'm not taking him at 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, let's go
Sorry,
ahead and.
y'all.
No, you're
Sixers
good,
playing
Sis.
overtime, so I gotta go watch that.
All right, Mo.
All right, Mom, go ahead, sis. We'll wrap up by trying to react to the free agent. So, ladies and gentlemen, Moni Mo with the Speedboards.
You already
Yeah,
know, sis.
Hey, yo,
yeah,
this is a great show, man. It's a
yeah,
great
Already.
man. So let's try to talk about these free agents before we wrap up. Because B. John basically took over the whole show. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. B. John took over the whole show. So let's go ahead and quickly. We'll just do this. Where did I put it? All right. So these are the players that's leaving, and the players that BG. Who your dream draft pick, by the way?
Bijan.
I knew you was going to
I
say
said
that.
that even with Miles still here. I said we should draft him with Miles here.
What?
Oh yeah, nah, that wouldn't have been a
And
good
for me,
look.
guys, for real, it's just about. I just believe we got too many resources in these young guys that haven't got enough playing time. We paid people ahead of these guys that we weren't going to sit down. You know what I'm saying? When you had Sue, Limbaugh, Hargrave, Cox, you weren't going to pay Jordan Davis that much after he got hurt anyway. So it's like you got to let these guys play and find out what you got first. They're a good, talented player. We picked him in the first round. Everybody's super excited. So it's like, let's see if he can be that superstar we want. He had a red shirt year. Let's see if he took it seriously, if he learned what he had to learn, and he come back stronger and more healthier next year. And if he does, him and Fletcher Cox, that's going to be a monster defensive line. You know what I'm saying? With just those two. And Milton Williams is still a great rotational piece. The defensive line, the cornerbacks, those are deep. I mean, like 2-3 rounds deep in this draft. Like you can pick up even that Cansey guy. You can probably pick that dude up. I know he's getting a lot of hype, but you can probably pick that dude up, and with a 30th pick overall. And that'd be a great rotational piece to add. You know what I'm saying? You can pick up a Sue midway through the season. There's still veterans out there that you can even pick up. Because I really want to go veteran linebacker to go with Dean. I don't want to go a rookie linebacker. I don't care what round he came in. You know what I'm saying? No linebacker rookie. I think you need to have a veteran there. I really think Bobby Ratner fits great. And I think we need to go make that happen since he did come from the Seahawks to begin with. So, like I said, my big pick, I think you guys are just underestimating because it's easy to say, there's a lot of talented running backs, but there's not too many elite running backs. And over the last couple of drafts, man, there's some pretty badass running backs from Walker last year and the year before. You had Najee. There's been some really good dogs up there in that first round as you could get in that, that's made impacts on their football team. And I think Miles Sanders lost. You need an impact player because that does control the flow. Like you seen when our running game wasn't happening, our passing game wasn't happening that much either. You know what I'm saying? The reason why it all worked so well last year because there was talent at all those spots. Talented quarterback to control both, talented receivers, and a talented running back all controlling it. You can't just have some mid guy come in at running back and think you're gonna get the same kind of production.
There you go. So let's go ahead and react to free agency. So let's talk about uh, Brandon Graham signing with the Birds. No Game, your reaction to BG coming back.
I mean, that's a good signing. You know, we want to try to keep as much homegrown, talent as we have. I believe BG, he's going to retire an Eagle. So, I mean, love to see him back. But again, I don't know what defense we're going to be running. If the expectations are to be having Brandon Graham dropping back in coverage, it ain't going to be a good look for that. So, again, I mean, I think he's going to retire an Eagle. I hope that this new coordinator uses him right. But good for him. Good for Brandon Graham. And again, I believe he's going to be retiring an Eagle. So I'm glad to see him back.
Yep. Trey?
I feel the same. Bringing back veteran players when you got a new defensive coordinator coming in, it helps you a ton. Just like with Jonathan Gannon. I mean, BG, Fletch, all these dudes help this dude kind of come along. I mean, I feel like they could do that for the new defensive coordinator. So it's always good to have veterans on your team that know the city, they know front office stuff, they know a lot. Like so, they can help string you along. Darius Slay, all these dudes that been here for a while. I don't feel like the defense going to be too hard to catch up on because these dudes could kind of really like pull the younger guys in. And I mean, I feel like it's a good signing for the city.
Yep. BG?
1 second, let me pick up this phone real fast.
All right. While we wait for him, let's go ahead and react to
Oh, that's
everybody
BG
else.
phone ringing all that time. I didn't know what that
My man
was.
getting
Yeah,
work.
he at work.
Yes,
He at
sir.
work. So let's go ahead and just do it like this. We signed staying is Chase Kelsey, Brandon Graham, uh, uh, Boston Scott, and Fletcher Cox and Bradbury. No getting your thoughts on everybody who's staying.
Again, these are some of the fan favorites of the Eagles. Again, I'm completely on board with all of these signings. It's like they really made an emphasis. I know a lot of y'all saw that picture where it had Jalen Hurts. What was it like? Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham. I think Fletcher was in it too. But it's like they made an emphasis to keep all these players. So again, I'm glad these are core players for the Eagles. These are the vets that we need. I love the signing.
Yep. Trey?
I agree. I agree with Notion, man. It's like the more veterans you can bring back, the better your team gonna be because they really can help a lot of these younger dudes, like a Jordan Davis. I mean, even though it's his second year, he still got Fletch in front of him. I mean, he ain't lose Hargrave and Fletch. They really the dudes that help string him along. So Kelsey coming back. Any offensive lineman we bring in, Kelsey really that glue. He can help these dudes. I mean, string them along too. So I'm fine with all the signings. I'm fine with all of them. Even the Bradbury one. I'm fine with all of them.
Yep. BG?
Yeah, I like all of them, man. Like you said, those are leaders on and off the field. You know what I'm saying? Those guys command the locker room. They're able to bring whoever we bring in, whether it's a veteran or a rookie or an undrafted free agent, whatever coming in there, they're gonna have to step in those doors and respect these guys right off the jump because those are the leaders of our team. And it's good to have all of them back. Kelsey, the glue to that offensive line. BG and Cox are the glue to that defensive line. And then Bradbury, I always said I wanted to keep him just as long as Slay. It looks like they're going to be around the same time. So, as long as both of those guys are together, our secondary is in good hands. And Scott, like I said, he helped our special teams last year. If you notice when Scott started returning kicks, our special teams looked a little bit better. He got a lot better than Covey out there. So, having him out there, just being a leader on that team, he's been around. He's a giant killer. So that's inside our division. So all these guys I'm cool with, man. I'm happy with them. And we see what they can do this year.
Yep. Now we signed running back Penny, Greedy Williams, and Marcus Mariota. No Game, your reaction to people that we signed.
Well, as y'all all know, probably if y'all was listening to this stream, I'm not the biggest fan of the Rashad Penny signing. Again, we just went from having Miles Sanders having availability and consistency concerns. And I got a feeling we about to get that same thing from Rashad Penny. I know a lot of people are trying to kick the flavor that, oh, we going to go running back by committee. We don't need him to be this impactful. I still believe we got to have some kind of, some kind of consistent talent in the backfield. And I don't think Rashad Penny is it. So I don't think that this team is done addressing the running back position. And we'll see where that goes from there. So again, I'm not the biggest fan of that signing. The Marcus Mariota, I'm actually okay with that. I do think that's an upgrade over Gardner Minshew. I think he better fits this skill set in this system offense. So again, if we do have to see, a backup quarterback for whatever reason, I'm okay with seeing Mariota. I definitely hope he sits on the bench the entire season, but I'm okay with the Mariota signing.
Yep, Trey.
I feel the same way. I feel like Mariota kind of fit. He does. I ain't even gonna say kind of. He fit his offense way more than Gardner Minshew does. And I agree with Notion. I really don't want to see him this season because if we see him this season, that means something happened to Jalen Hurts, and I want to see my quarterback on the field. So, I mean, it's a good backup plan. He did okay over there for the Falcons. He balled out for Tennessee. I mean, wherever he went, Marcus Mariota was kind of consistent. I don't know why he couldn't really stick on the team. So I feel like he's a better fit for this offense. And I've been saying it the whole time. I'm like, well, we got to get a quarterback that kind of is really not a drop-off once he comes into the game because Minshew, we had to change the whole offense up for this dude. So, I mean, I feel like it's a great pickup by Howie. Rashad Penny, I like the dude since his college days. Kind of been bit by the injury bug. I mean, it happens. But maybe he could come over here and he could give us a little bit of consistency and he can stay healthy. I mean, if we do go by committee, you still got Gainwell, Boston Scott, Trey Sermon. I mean, you could draft the running back. We got backs that can kind of carry this load. It ain't gonna probably be a season like a Miles Sanders gave you, but we got dudes that can kind of equal up to it. And it's at a cheaper price. So I feel like it was a solid pickup, man. The dude's he's a power back. He can break it long. We still got Gainwell. We saw what Gainwell could do in that playoff run. Boston Scott, we know what Boston Scott is, and we still yet to see really Trey Sermon break out. So I feel like we got a nice little running back by committee. And Jalen Hurts is really our running game. So with all the attention that be focused on him, I feel like one of these running backs could really take over that load. So it's not a bad pickup at all. Greedy Williams, I like the pickup, man. The dude, he kind of had that injury bug on him over there in Cleveland, but him joining Bradbury, Slay, all these dudes, I feel like he can fit in just as great as they is. Just as well as Avonte Maddox put in that slot, and we slide him back to that safety position, but we kind of got something cooking. So, I mean, even if we do go out and grab like a Jarius Byrd or somebody like that, we still got depth at that cornerback position because the dudes we got on the wing kind of getting older. So I feel like if Greedy Williams can learn from these dudes, he can step up and he can make some plays for you. And the dude is only 25 years old. He still got a lot of years left in the league. So, I mean, I feel like the offseason we had so far is not as good as we wanted it to be, but it's a solid offseason right now. And we still got the draft. We still got, unrestricted free agent. We still got a lot of time to really make some noise in this offseason. So I feel like Howie's doing a great job for what he's doing, and I'm fine with it.
Yep, BG.
Hey, they said it, man. Like, Howie's doing his job. He tried his hardest to get the players we really wanted. He still got some players that we did want. We got some veterans in there. Like you said, Mariota's perfect fit for Jalen Hurts if he does go down. Like you said, I don't want to see Jalen go down. But I do like the Mariota effect. He's good for a good 2-3 games. You get him in there for 2-3 games, he could probably win those games for you without having to readjust your offense. So, yeah, Penny, like I said, I'm not a hater on it, but that's just the classic signing for teams that are about to go get a big-time running back in the draft. You get that veteran running back that have some kind of potential that fills the need, which is the power back role for you. You've seen this guy. He looks like a linebacker when he's at his signing his contract. He looked like a linebacker out there. So, yeah, you go get a guy like that, and you bring him on a squad. You go get your game changer. and Bijan in a draft, man. And now you got a nice running back room with still the same, cast, situational running backs back there, and Gainwell and Scott, and you got your power back, you got your speed back, and or your bell cow and Bashawn Robinson. And then who else did we pick up? You said, oh, Greedy. Yeah, I really like the Greedy thing. Like when he's healthy, dude, he's a top prospect, and he's one of the, he's tall, he's rangy, and he's a ball hawk, man. And to have a ball hawk with the rest of these ball hawks that we have back there, man, that's nothing but pluses for our defense. Whether we move them to safety or we keep them at cornerback. Either way it goes, I think he'll fit in pretty good, and he has something to prove. I like how Howie goes and always gets cornerbacks to have something to prove to see if they can, live up to their expectations. I think Greedy's come in here, a winning organization. He's off the Browns, loser to Browns. He's on a winning team. He's going to bring that winning mentality.
BG, I think you should answer that, BG.
That's not important, bro.
Okay.
So I think Greedy's going to get real surprised and get the PT up in there this year, whether it's at corner or safety. Like I said, it could have been the cheaper route to fix it. Like all we do, we find these really good cornerbacks that can play both, and we convert them. When you got good cornerbacks like your nickel, your outside guys, man, it's easier to play safety. That's why you're starting to see so many, safeties come out on our team that we like. Oh, look at F, look at Blankenship, because the hard work's getting done by Slay, by Bradbury, by Maddox. So everybody else, what I'm saying, it's like I think we're gonna be in good shape, man. We got a long ways to go. And we can fill some veteran spot. You know how he's going to do his little veteran thing where he gets a bunch of good veterans on one-year deals and locks them in there to help fill some holes.
Yeah.
All right, so
Before we
look
get
at this real quick though. Look at this real quick though before we get out.
Sorry.
You know how crazy Gardner Johnson got to feel right now? It's like, all right, so Howie and them, they come to you, what, 3 years? What they trying to get money? 24 mil, right?
All right, hold on, Troy. Before you say anything, let's speed up everything. Your thoughts on everybody's thoughts on big play Slay quick?
I'm fine with it.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Nocha, quick.
Nah, let us on it. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and thoughts on the people that left.
I mean, we kind of already figured they was gonna leave, bro. It's like, I mean, CJ was kind of like, we all wanted him back. I would have loved to have him back, but at the end of the day, they always free agents, bro. It's like, shit. Yeah. I mean, they gonna leave, they gonna stay. It ain't like none of them was locked in and then we traded them or nothing like that. They was free agents.
Yep. So, all right, Trey, you wanted to say something before we go, so go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, you know how crazy this got to feel to you, right? And then CJ on Twitter and all that talking about I just made the right decision for my family. No, you didn't, bro. You didn't make the right decision for your family. What you did was you played in that water and you got burnt. That's what it was. They offered him the deal. All right, let me go test the free agent market. Free agent wasn't cooking like you thought it was. You thought you was about to get that Jesse Bates money, and you wasn't. You thought you was about to get that Jesse Bates money, then you tried to run back to Howie, and Howie's like, nah, bro, we don't got no money for you now. We don't got no money for you now. Now you salty. That's what attitude. I mean, bro, you did what you was supposed to do. You tested the market. It ain't look like you wanted it to look. And then when you came back, now you try to act like you ain't want to be an Eagle. You wanted to be an Eagle. You just let that ego eat you up. And that's why you in Detroit now for $6.5 million. Well, you could have been rich.
Yeah.
You could have been rich. See, man, sometimes we dabble in business that we not supposed to. Should have just took the deal.
He didn't handle it.
Like I said, I'm not mad at him. I mean, I would have tested it too. But I would have been a little bit more shy. I wouldn't have been on Twitter talking and all that. Yeah. You don't think Howie Roseman and them dudes see that?
Tweaking and sitting them and unsending them.
So you really can't even blame Chauncey for that, bro. Like, really, that's his agency. Like that
I'm
agency.
not blaming Chauncey. I said it's cool on both sides. He did what he was supposed to do, but that's your agent fault. Yeah, your agent should have been out there trying to work and see before you even turned that deal down what your market looked like at least.
But
what it looked like at least. Now you're getting 6.5. You could have been up 18 mil. bro. Like, come on, man.
Chauncey should have realized too. Missing that many games, it doesn't matter how many interceptions you have. You missed a lot of games, my guy, and we won a lot of those games that he was gone. So the leverage was really kind of on us already. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew we could win without the guy, but he just thought he was just too hot stuff.
I ain't even gonna say he should have took the deal though. Either I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say he should have took the deal because he led what the NFL interceptions, right? Or he was tied at least. He only played 12 games. He had 6 interceptions, hella tackles. He had a couple sacks, everything. He was feeling himself. And he got burnt. That's what happened. It's a business. People don't understand. It's a business.
Technically, he's betting on himself though, because he went on a 1-year deal, bro. So if he goes over there and shines in Detroit, guess what? They're gonna be paying more than what the Eagles offered him this past year. So he kind of betting on himself too, though. I mean, he did.
No,
he gambled.
He bet on himself coming to the Eagles too, though. He bet on himself coming. The Saints did the same thing. They offered this dude a nice deal. He tested the free agent market. He ain't like what he see. They turned the deal. You just got burnt 2 years in a row. Yeah,
bro. You need to fire his agent, bro. You need to fire his agent.
They still gotta pay. Hutchinson over there, Golf over there balling. They still got a lot of dudes they gotta pay over there. So I mean, I wish him the best of luck, bro.
It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. So before Bird Game 31's phone ring, let's get on out of here because he got to finish work. Cause his phone gonna ring in 10 seconds. So I'm gonna help him out by saying thank y'all for coming to Broad Street. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and comment to the Birds of Broad Street channel and all our channels. We'll be talking about the draft starting next week and on through April. So you could be seeing a whole lot of draft content from me, Moni, Noshi Gang, Trigger Trey, and BG31. So Noshi Gang, send us home before the phone rings.
Hey, you already know. Hey, hopefully we get that news soon. It's got to be brewing. Jalen Hurts' bag right now got to be getting cooked.
If his agent's there, Jalen freaking Hurts she better not leave that room. She better not leave that room when she's there. If Nicole Lynch is there, do not leave that place until you get it done. So let's go, Notion.
We need it done. So y'all make sure y'all have yourselves a safe and fantastic Eagles Day. It's always fly, Eagles fly. And until next time, y'all know what it is. Gone.